They'll run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll throw with Penix. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 14 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Penix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Algier. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it'll be Algier. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tyler Algier, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The numbers on the ground last week for Hubbard. 16 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And he whips that one incomplete there. You talk about this Falcon defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held him to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent. Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They'll try it now with Brooks. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Here's Young from the shotgun. That one complete to Liggett. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Young. Got a man, that's Liggett. And they'll get this down to the 10. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain the play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with him.
Oh, Young loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Young. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Whoa! It still won't go down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To the air, Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Oh, there's a nice move. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Here we go.
Young will set to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Arnold WK2 in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, it's Young. Flushed out right, and some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Flush to his right. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Sanders. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Young. He's got it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for
Neutral
jumping.
zone infraction. Defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get up. Quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And that game tied at 7 in the 2nd quarter. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Cowboys trying to hold on and claim victory.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Young to throw it.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the third round.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 2. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
A good pickup there at 22. Young. Escaping the pressure right.
And this one too low.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's a diving catch right side. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Young. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Panthers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
An extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 17-14. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Now motion left with Mooney. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
On the counter, here's Algier. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Sometimes your velocities get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he gets this early to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Young going to give to Brooks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3rd down, Young from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now right out of the 2-minute break,
We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Young. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down 24-14. 1:47 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10.
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now Penix.
He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Throw left side, there's London.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And looking to throw, Penix.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Penix to the air once more. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Here's Penix.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Slide for the PAT.
And this is no good. Boy, that didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. And our score remains the same. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Another miss.
Still on his feet.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Carolina, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week.